Coming up on NCC News, What's Killing Cows in France, a fun October event with dogs, and a closer look at one of the school's most promising directors. Stay tuned. All this and more coming up on NCC News.
Good one, son.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing. Wow!
I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark. That was awesome! Let's go again! 3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
So this is my computer.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Click it.
Yes.
Okay.
I cursor in between the R and the E. When I say dot, I want you to just push the period.
She's gonna love me all over again.
That's it. Jamaica, here you come.
Here we go.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. And I did it by myself. Feel smarter.
I fainted at the sight of blood. Me, a nurse? I had no idea that's what I'd be when I went to NCC. But NCC is not like other colleges.
NCC has a Student Success Center where counselors assist every student in creating a future.
I'm so happy. Nurse Robbins. I created that.
Be who you want to be. Create your future at NCC.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Hello, I'm Victoria Harriot.
And I'm Will DeRocco. In our top story, cows keep dying in France. Why?
Some say it's because of newly built wind turbines in the area. We have the story.
Il y a des endroits bien précis où c'est la mort assurée si on met les veaux clôturés à ces emplacements-là.
Les bêtes avaient un comportement bizarre, des vaches très fatiguées qui ne voulaient plus aller manger, qui ne buvaient plus. Donc là, on a commencé à se poser la question.
Le sol, conducteur ou moins de conducteurs. Il suffit qu'il y ait un pylône ou une antenne relais qui s'implante sur des veines de terre conductrices, une éolienne par exemple, et à 2 km plus loin, le bâtiment, tout d'un coup, ça ne marche plus.
In non-cow-related news, a new Syrian operation has left the European Union nervous for the future. Here's the story.
Fırat'ın doğusunda Allah'ın yardımı ve güvenlik güçlerimizin kahramanlığıyla başarıya ulaşacağına inandığımız Barış Pınarı Harekatı'nı başlattık. Barış Pınarı'nın da amacı Suriye'nin toprak bütünlüğüne ve siyasi birliğine katkıda bulunmaktır. Ey Avrupa Birliği! Kendinize gelin. Bak yine söylüyorum. Bizim şu andaki operasyonumuzu bir işgal hareketi diye nitelendirmeye çalışırsanız işimiz kolay. Kapıları açarız. 3,6 milyon mülteciyi sizlere göndeririz.
Closer to home, but still thousands of miles away, towns in California are facing planned power outages, leaving citizens without power for days. Here's the story.
And now we're going to have days and days with inconvenience, and this is not sustainable. We're all losing money. A lot of people are impacted. A lot of businesses are closed today because they can't operate. So it's affecting a lot more than anybody thought it would.
Now, a new initiative to document the history of espionage in America.
In 2017, we decided to update the Wall of Shame with a broader vision that would document the history of espionage and sabotage in America in a very modern way. The museum's primary exhibit, The Wall of Spies, details more than 135 spies who betrayed America from the Revolutionary War to the 21st century. The John Jay Wall describes how John Jay, one of America's founding fathers, led the first major American counterintelligence operation, including the unraveling of the British plot to kidnap and kill General George Washington. The Soviet Wall of Shame highlights 6 Soviets who spied for the West and changed the course of the Cold War. These spies were heroes to the West, but among the most damaging in history to the Soviet Union. In the past 2 years alone, 5 current or former U.S. officials have been convicted of working with the intelligence services of China to betray America.
Autumn brings many exciting seasonal changes, like Halloween, cold weather, and pumpkin spice lattes. However, one local business celebrates fall a little differently. Oktoberfest this past month. Some of the activities included portraiture of dogs, which owners tend to enjoy more than the animals themselves, tables from various local businesses, and a bouncy house. The piece de resistance was a costume contest amongst the dogs. The finale was a canine demonstration from the local Sanford police. All in all, it was a fun day filled with fun for dogs and humans alike.
In a local Fairfield County town, Darien, the community has been up in arms about a proposed new development, Pear Tree Point Beach. In a local Fairfield County town, Darien, the community has been up in arms about a proposed new development. Pear Tree Point Beach has been a staple of the community since as long as anyone can remember. The beautiful beach in a secluded area currently has minimal construction, just a small lifeguard hut and a gazebo. However, the Planning and Zoning Commission has proposed a development similar to the one seen at Weed Beach. Some outspoken members of coastal protection activist groups see this development as a waste of funds, since they believe the entire beach will be underwater by 2100. Others believe that even if the beach does eventually end up unusable, there is no point in not using it now.
Up next on NCC News, a local film festival, the trials and tribulations of online dating, and Election Day through the eyes of NCC students. Stay tuned.
All right. I know this isn't any fun to talk about, but we should. Okay. So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And I'll try to get the generator going without any gas.
Oh, let's not forget the cell phones, which probably won't work.
Right.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
Well, I think we couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
What college are you going to?
I don't know.
What do you want to be?
I don't know. My parents want me to be an architect.
Architect?
Yeah, but it's my future. I want to do something that turns me on.
What turns you on?
I don't know.
We know NCC has a Student Success Center where counselors assist every student in creating a future.
You'd make a cute pirate.
I don't know.
We know. Be who you want to be. Create your future at NCC.
That's low. That's low.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
NCC News was lucky enough to attend the first Norwalk Film Festival this past month. Jessica Jameson has the story.
I'm here at Norwalk Community College, one of the 5 venues screening films for the inaugural Norwalk Film Festival. The films being shown here include student shorts, local filmmakers' short films, feature documentaries, and short films from the Black Maria Film Festival. And they all highlight this year's theme of unity through diversity through film.
We're thrilled to have the Norwalk Film Festival here at Norwalk Community College. This is one of the 5 locations in town that it is using. Our goal is to attract film-minded people over here. We do have a film and TV program, and we also have a film and TV club that's very active. And essentially, we are thrilled to have anyone here noticing us and showing us a little love.
The Film Club's involvement in the Norwalk Film Festival is primarily that we're here selling snacks. In addition, we're also selling cotton candy, and all of this money will be used to help support the Film Club in our future endeavors, such as the work that we want to do, the workshops that we want to hold, and things like that.
I feel like the film festival to me as a student is getting to see other students' films and kind of getting a little bit of inspiration for future endeavors that we want to do in class. And I feel like it gives the opportunity to talk to like other producers who are in the industry and maybe even somehow talk and get some jobs or internships out of it.
Once a year, NCC hosts a history symposium. This year is focused on media as it relates to public opinion in politics.
Well, some of this stuff is well tread upon territory. I just went to some of my research, both online and also some books that I had about the Nixon-Kennedy debates. But also, I was interested in how it is that it leads to contemporary ideas. Television begot the internet begot Twitter. And a lot of it is just reportage of the current day, given our political crisis we're in right now. So some of it I understood from many years of research, and some of it is happening as we speak in terms of the impeachment inquiry.
Many of the students that went to the History Symposium felt like they benefited from their time there.
I would attend more of it because it's an eye-opener, and just the fact that you get to communicate with the teachers on a good basis.
It was just recently Election Day, and while this election was not a presidential or midterm election, there are many local positions available. We decided to talk to members of the NCC community about their opinion on small local elections.
I believe small elections play a rather big part in our society and government as a whole. Everything starts on the local level.
I do think that small local elections matter. Primarily, I think that there is a constitutional duty and right to vote in elections. It's the only real way that we get our voice heard.
Oh yes, local elections are very important. They can decide, exactly what's going on within your town, especially, what can, also like zoning, what's getting built, what businesses can or cannot come into your town, what is being done with whatever funds that the town has. It's very important, and it's very important to vote in your local elections. So yes.
I'm not in particularly allowed to vote
because I did something bad, but I would love to. I voted for Hillary one time.
I am going to vote. I haven't voted yet because I don't wake up early, but I will be voting.
Yes, I am voting in this local election.
In our modern day and age, online dating has become more and more the way young people meet each other. But what do people at Norwalk Community College really think about it? We took to the street to find out more.
Sometimes you're really able to sustain your own happiness, and other times you're not.
I have downloaded about 2 online dating apps in my life. It was a mistake.
The max amount of apps I had at one time was like 4 or 5.
Online dating is definitely becoming more prevalent, and I know several couples who have met and kind of ignited online.
I feel like I grew up around the same time as it. Like, I got my first like dating app at like 17. And don't tell the police, but me and my friends lied about our ages and like would pretend to be 18 or 19 or like if we were really feeling it, like 20. It was like the next step from Omegle, you know?
I think it's pretty lame. I don't really do it. It's kind of gross. What do you think? If I'm on it, it's as a joke.
I don't have any like horror stories. I have like weird people that I've met up with for sure.
She lived in her parents' basement, and the restaurant that we went to was McDonald's, and she made me pay. And I kept seeing her for a while because I was at a very low and lonely point in my life.
He texts me and is like, I'm going to a Modest Yahoo concert. And if you guys don't know who Modest Yahoo is, he's a Jewish rapper. This boy, by the way, was not Jewish. I am.
We broke it off because it turned out that she was dating 5 other people, and I was the one that she was least interested in. So I dated one of her girlfriends for a while.
Who fist bumps to spiritual music? But that wasn't the last time I saw him because I'm a piece of shit.
Taking a closer look at the lives of one of NCC's most promising film students, as well as spending some time learning about Long Island Sound. Please do not change the channel. We beg you. I need this. But now I see why you wanted me Anchor 1.
Michael Adams? Here. Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to NCC News. Today, we get the chance to learn a little more about a mysterious and elusive NCC film student, Jessica Jameson. Who is she? What is she? Let's find out.
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub, and am I right, ladies?
I'm literally recording.
Okay. Please don't use that. Please don't use that. The 3 words I would use to describe myself are driven, lazy, and inventive. I would describe my creative aesthetic. It's not 3 words, but something a Christian mom would get in trouble for being a fan of? I don't know how to count. My favorite 3 movies currently are Baby Driver, Mad Max Fury Road, and The Lighthouse. I think the editing between all 3 of those movies is absolutely superb. The cutting on the music for Baby Driver, the general aesthetic of Mad Max Fury Road, especially like the coloring and the way the special effects blend so seamlessly into the real-life stunts. And The Lighthouse is just a chaotic fever dream, and I love it so much. My biggest inspiration is probably my uncle Wally Pfister. He's a cinematographer and director, and I think he has just a really keen eye for what's beautiful in a film, and I really do look up to him. What I want to create in the film world is better historical movies. You don't need to add like sexiness or new characters when there's a lot of stuff that already happened that it could be fiction. It's just this wild stuff, and nobody really knows about it because people view history as this boring, dull subject, but it's really not. I'm interested in historical fiction that is indistinguishable from what actually happened, if that makes sense. Like, I want to make something that looks as if it could be as if you took a time machine and a camera to Middle Kingdom Egypt and just filmed. I don't want any inaccuracies. I don't want any historians on the internet to be subtweeting me. I just want it to be authentic, as if you were actually there witnessing these events, because they do stand on their own 2 legs as far as drama and thrills go. If there were a movie to be made about my life, I want Catherine O'Hara to play me. No makeup, no anything. I want to see how much she can get away with. We kind of do like the Moira voice, like just like when I'm doing dishes, I'll be like, "Mother, can you pass me the dish towel?" Okay, but
I am tired of your petty David. I'm more like
David.
David, ew.
Ew, David.
David.
So, okay. In a movie about me, I would want Peter Dinklage to play me. That's not going in, I'll get in trouble. Bottoms up, and the devil laughs.
I'm including that.
Okay. Please hire me.
Now?
Yeah.
Well, that was certainly enlightening. Now we're going to take some time to learn more about Long Island Sound, the estuary that lines the coast of Connecticut.
Well, I mean, the first reaction I have to Long Island Sound is it's just raw beauty, it's aesthetic, and the enjoyment of it as a citizen and as a human participant in the space, and the ability to be on it on a boat. Those are the things that first come to mind as most precious. But certainly that follows into the wildlife that you might interact with if you're playing, at the beach or in shorelines, and your ability to go swimming. So fears of people developing near Long Island Sound, I think primarily there is first the interaction of the coastline to the water itself, and are we creating a hardened shoreline where maybe previously there was a softened shoreline? So are we getting rid of sand beaches? Are we getting rid of marshy areas that add to that biological diversity and replacing it with a seawall? There's also concern for the actual people building, whether or not there are going to be hurricanes or storm surges or flooding because of the water rising during storm events. And then that parlays into the fear of sea level rise, looking down at 2050, 2075, 2100, and how that's going to impact life by the shore. The more we cover natural landscapes, wooded areas, meadow areas with kind of human landscapes, developed areas, hard surfaces, roofs, parking lots, lawns, the more there is potential for pollutants to get from the land into Long Island Sound when it rains. So when it rains, water hits that parking lot, any little bits of rubber from your tire or drips of oil and gas from your car get washed out through the catch basins and pipes into the sea. Lawns can be particularly concerning if you're not very careful in how you maintain your lawn. Fertilizers, pesticides, fungicides, the things that people tend to use on their lawn to keep them green, can create nutrient loadings and problems for environmental areas and sensitive areas like Long Island Sound and its inlets and coves. So the more we have development pressure towards the coastline, the more these sorts of things can run off into Long Island Sound. And it's really not just the edges of the coastlines, because the rivers, the waterways all bring that pollutants down from, in our area, could be northern Greenwich or northern Stamford or New Canaan, all that still washes down into the sea. So it's not even just immediate to the edge of the sound, it is also what's coming down from the rivers. We had this superstorm Sandy come up the coast. It was like half hurricane, half nor'easter, and this is a cyclonic weather event. And so you have wind that spins in a counterclockwise direction around the center of the storm. This is important. So if you can imagine this big counterclockwise swirl off the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, off the coast of the east coast of the United States, that counterclockwise swirl is actually, the wind is pushing water into Long Island Sound from east to west. And that unique shape of Long Island Sound, it gets narrower and narrower as it approaches the city. So the effect of that wind pushing from east to west and pushing water up Long Island Sound actually worsens as you get farther west in Long Island Sound, because there's nowhere for the water to go. It just keeps pushing it in, and there's nowhere for the water to get out at the end. I will say that it wasn't, in the terms of my lifetime, it wasn't that long ago that the Clean Air, Clean Water Act was passed, the bones of it in 1972. And since that point, Long Island Sound has gotten a lot cleaner, and we have been a lot more aware of its health, but there's a long way to go.
Before we end tonight, we have one final story. Lizzie McGuire, The Best Show, has the best cast member returning to the reboot. Let's take a look.
Now, this really is what dreams are made of. Adam Lamberg, aka Gordo, is officially joining the reboot of Disney Plus's Lizzie McGuire.
It's a dream come true.
Hilary Duff dropped the news in a surprise video.
Obviously, the show would not be the same without her family, so I'm so excited that Jake Thomas is back playing Nat, and Hallie Todd is back playing Joe, and Bobby Carradine, who plays my dad, Sam.
Wait. Fam's not complete without me. Gordo's back.
Let's go! All right, now you can say it.
This is what dreams are made of.
Told ya! What dreams are made of.
We're having a lot of fun, and it just feels very surreal.
Now, we still don't know if Miranda will be back in the mix, but it feels like it's only a matter of time until that announcement comes. After all, Lalaine, who plays Miranda, recently got a text from Adam.
Well, that's it from us. We hope you enjoyed today's edition of NCC News.
I'm Will DeRocco.
And I'm Victoria Harriott. Good night.
This chef, right? That's so gay. That's really gay. Dude, look at those hands.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, and this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away. But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
find the right seat for your little one's age and size.
We've done what you told us.
There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat. Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Hey, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today.
Next time on NCC News, Venice underwater, koalas on fire, and Method University? Come back and see.